And hello everyone, welcome to part 3, I suppose you'd say, of the series, or it depends really how you're watching it, because if you want to watch it in order, this really is the first Metal Gear game in sort of timeline order. So this is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, and as we did with the previous Metal Gear 2 that we just played, we'll just have a quick look through the instruction manual, which again I mentioned last time. I remember having the game physical copy, and I just turned it down slightly because it's deafening me right now. And I just remember everything about this, like all the stories. You can read through that. It has like a little comic in this one. The very interesting thing about this game though is it actually has the original Metal Gear Solid game just called Metal Gear, and you can actually play the game in its entirety. Now I don't know whether I'm going to do that or not. Certainly not going to do it as part of the series. I'll probably do it after. So once I've finished 5, I think that's, yeah, 5 is the last one. So I might go back to this as sort of like a bonus video and play through it. But yeah, there's that game, and then as well there is Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, which again is the official sequel of the original first ever Metal Gear. So yeah, it's pretty cool that in this version of the game that you got the original games in with them. But yeah, there's a little bit of background. These are all the characters in the game that we're going to see and fight some of them. Very cool bosses in this game, and this is probably my favourite. This and 4, I can't really comment on 5 that much because I've not played much of 5. It's very different to these Metal Gears, but I'm still going to play it through, try and do everything on it, try and get the proper ending, because I know you have to sort of grind a bit to get the true ending to the game. But yeah, this is definitely probably the game when I remember playing it thinking, wow, this is like completely different to any other Metal Gear. It's the same premise, but the whole cutscenes, it feels like watching a proper movie. And it's like the first game I remember playing when I thought this is where games could in the future do better than movies, because when this game came out it was amazing. I was just thinking, God, why don't they just make a movie out of it? But yeah, anyway, enough chit chat, let's get playing the game. And one thing about this game is it has an even better soundtrack than the last Metal Gear. Metal Gear 2 had a good soundtrack. You're going to be pleased with this if you're into like game soundtracks and stuff. It's pretty epic. So we wait for it to load, and I will go quiet for the intro again, like before the title screen. Checking hard disk space. Kojima, yeah. Now I don't know if Kojima Productions existed when this game first came out. I'm not sure. And then Bluepoint, I think they're the people that made it HD. Oh, it doesn't even have a intro. But the good thing about this, I remember, you can speed it with R1, you can zoom in with L2, you can slow motion with R2, and you can, don't know, change sort of the colours with L2. But I remember doing this with the just playing about with those. Can't do anything else, it's just bad. I don't know, it's cool. Play about on the menu a little bit. Right, so oh yeah, look, these are the original Metal Gear games. Funnily enough, if you've played this game on sort of PSP, I think it's PSP that you could get this game on as well, you can actually transfer over your save data. So yeah, because this and number 2 came out on PSP or PS Vita. Probably PS Vita in all honesty. So options, let me just go into view mode, third person. Oh wow, we can actually have third person mode. Captions on. Okay, so that's all good. Right, so if we go to I Like Metal Gear Solid 3, Now, I'm not the best at this game, so I'm not going to be playing it on hard. I'll just be playing it on normal. But one thing I am going to try and do, and I'm going to try and commit myself to doing, is, unless I struggle, is I'm going to try and take a lot of the bosses out. Because in this game, you can kill the bosses with guns like you could in any other Metal Gear, or you can take them out with a different weapon, like a CQC. Or you can kill them with like a tranquilizer gun, and you get special rewards for it. So a lot of the bosses give you special camos that you can wear that give you things. So I know there's a boss who has a flamethrower, I think the Fury. If you kill him with by knocking him out instead of shooting him and killing him, he gives you a camo that makes you invulnerable to fire, or decreases damage to fire. So yeah, there's some really cool things that when you play the game through first, you're like, why would anyone want to sort of do that? But there is a reasoning behind it for like New Game Plus, for when you want to do it on a harder difficulty. So yeah, we'll do it on normal. And yeah, without further ado, let's go. And you thought the cutscenes on number 2 were good? If you've not seen this game before, yeah, they're pretty much amazing.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the West. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
And at last, we have control of Snake. Naked Snake, not the solid Snake that we're used to, but Naked Snake. Okay, so so yeah, this game is interesting. It's very good, and it's quite a lot different to the previous Metal Gear games that we've played. But again, it's probably my favourite, just because the everything is just so much better. Combat, the actual, like, look at this at the top right. You actually have a camo percentage. So depending on what camo you're wearing or you have on, will depend on how well hidden you are. Which is, again, I thought that was amazing. And we have the backpack. So, I'm going to call here.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
We have indeed.
To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm Paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Oh.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top-secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake? Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
And I've just realised that my mic was muted. So yeah, I just showed you all the items. I'm not going to be using the fake death pills because I've never played the game that way. And for the fact that you only get one revive pill, and the revive pill is quite, well, I don't know, you might get more than one. But the revive pill is quite important later on. So for now, we will just be using classic. Oh, there is something in here though. What is it? Oh, look, it's a snake. And this on this game is the new thing about this game. So if you go to food, you can actually see that we got a python, and you can capture all sorts of animals to eat. So yeah, that's pretty. It's quite a fun part of the game, really, to kind of try and experiment with. So yeah, let's move on with the game. This game is very good. It's, as you can tell, it's a lot more. I mean, we're 40 minutes in nearly. Well, let's say 30 minutes in because I was speaking for a bit at the start. So it's very cutscene friendly. I think we're just going to carry the knife around because there's some sort of but yeah, there's so many cool little animals in this game that you can capture and eat. Including crocodiles. Oh! Okay, that's not a log. Can we actually kill him? No, we're gonna get killed here. We probably could have gone and attempted to shoot him. Oh, there's something over here. Oh, silencer. Or suppressor, should I say. For the Mark II gun. Right, okay, so just got a weird email. I think it's a comment on one of my YouTube videos. Anyway, let's go. Oh look, there's another snake here. Take him out. Oh! So, if we now go to our food, we have 2 pythons. Let's eat him. Tasty. So yeah, I always loved that bit. I remember the game having sort of a classic feel to it. I thought it was oh, there's another python here. Yeah, the more the merrier. Now there are actually animals as well, just like there is in real life, that can hurt Snake. So I know that there's at some point, I think there's a black widow spider. Oh, cutscene. One thing I was going to say as well, you'll notice in this one that there's bits where you can look where Snake's looking. And there's actually hidden ones, which I think I got that at the start, where you look at the parachute and you can see the fox symbol. But like here, look, we can look, and he's checking out what the guards have got.
I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission.
Got a nice kind of 7-Up.
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself
Already
more
done this,
effectively.
boss.
Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Okay, so I don't know where the guards are. Oh, there's a guard right there. Okay, so what we want to have on here is, now we see we have like a radar. Since objects motion does not detect stationary objects. So at the minute we can see people, so we don't need it, but I usually like stocking up on batteries, and I usually quite rely on the radar, because the thing I really liked about this game is that it doesn't hold your hand at all in the early stages. Like here, it just kind of just throws you in. Right, I think what we're going to have to do here so that's one down. Now we could go this way, but I think we're just going to head straight across. Oh, that's not good. So yeah, we got grenade. Again, much like this game, I do love the fact that they give you a tranquilizer gun. But to me, it... Can we pick this guy up? Just see if he's got ammo. Oh, he has. So we've already got past this part. There's actually another guard down there, but we actually don't need to go near him. Yeah, I think I could probably play the game in a lot higher difficulty, but I don't want to sort of frustrate people by failing a lot. I don't know, that might be entertaining, but how I look at it the minute, it doesn't. Ooh, I love his little smile. I think we know what he's going to try and do here. We've just remembered as well, I've not fed my cat, so my cat's probably going to be hungry. Okay, why are you not getting swarmed by bees? See what this guy drops. Oh god, please do not fall. Right, there's a guy right here that we're just going to take out. Nice and quickly. Is there any other animals here though? Oh, there's some sort of mushroom. Pretty sure we can take that out. Yeah, the thing is with this as well, this game, not the thing, just a thing about the game, is that you get health back a little bit different. So depending on your stamina bar, which you can see below our health, depends on how fast you sort of regenerate health. Right now I think this may poison us, so I'll eat one just so I've eaten it. Ah, right. So it doesn't poison us, but yeah, it's not nice, as Snake just said. Yeah, there's no sort of everyone's just dropping these sort of bullets. Any items down here? Ooh. Oh shit, they're bad. There's some sort of gun, I think, down here. Actually, never come down here before. Is that a sniper rifle? Oh no, it's not. I mean, we're not going to need that, but we'll equip it anyway, just to say that we've got the gun. But yeah, I don't know. This game to me feels like kind of a. I mean, no game's perfect, but this is the closest thing to a perfected Metal Gear Solid game, I think. This and 4 doesn't sort of try to hide what it is. It just, you know. So after this cutscene, I'm going to take a little break and feed my cat, because my cat is meowing. I don't know if you can hear it.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Right, I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to go feed my cat and grab a straw for my drink. So, back in a minute. And I'm back. Took a little longer than I thought because my cat left me a present. If anyone... Well, it's a house cat, so it's not brought anything dead in. But, yeah. It left a present downstairs. Right. So now I've got five suppressors now. Let's take him out quick. Let's also pop this on. There's a guy in the middle. Okay, so that's 2 down. Now, there is a guy over here that we can actually see on the map. We can't physically see. Oh no, this actually might be an animal. Yeah, by the looks of it, this is an animal. Yeah, so look, we can see it's a small snake. Oh, I suppose, compared to some snakes, yeah, it's a small snake, but to me, that's a fucking giant snake, and I would probably be completely soiling myself right now. Right, so what we need now is to change our uniform up just a little bit. We'll go with tree bark because I think... Oh crap, look, there's a...
I think I saw something. Huh? Who was that? What's wrong? What? Huh? Who is that? I'm just seeing things.
Oh, we're proper being a little sneaky little bugger right now. Little snake. I don't think this thing's venomous actually, so I don't think he can actually hurt us. But we're below right now, exactly where this guy is.
What was that noise?
No, I was under the impression that we could get up from under here. Can we get a rat? Oh, of course we can. Come on, rat. Okay, I think we're going to have to go the old-fashioned way in. Right, save that for now. Okay, so... we could get up there. I so wish that you could crouch and move.
Nothing here.
See, look, there's a guard there. I mean, I'm probably being way too cautious right now. Do you want to go down? Right, okay. So I'm probably thinking about this way too much right now, but I don't want to get caught whatsoever. Shit, there's a guy right there.
Who's that? What happened?
Can we just be a little noob and hide right here? Oh, right, okay, we can just do this then. Well, that went very wrong straight away.
What's wrong?
Right, we got there. Well, that went a lot worse than expected, but well, at least we've done the first bit of the mission.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of GRU. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the Army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process. Or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Huh?
Huh? We meet at last.
Wonder who this is.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Huh? Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
That was cool. I always love that.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgin.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgin's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Right, so after that epic cutscene, Revolver Ocelot is in this game. Wow. Now obviously, for people who don't know, which I think anyone who's watching this will know, that the snake we're playing at isn't the snake we played as in the other games. This is the first one, the big boss, say, which isn't really a spoiler. This is kind of just to see sort of his uprising, like how he comes about, how he kind of goes sort of evil. Because at the minute, obviously, he's good, and he goes evil. We know he's the bad guy in the future because the snake we're playing as kills him, or should I say, kills him with what are they called? Dr. Evil kills him. Not Dr. Evil kills him, but the thing, yeah, you get what I mean. He doesn't kill him, but that's for another time.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me.
Well, we have done our mission.
Finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war?
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
What I didn't get, right, just to avoid this, I know it's horrible having to kill an innocent person, but if we were to kill this person, then they wouldn't be able to finish it. But instead of extracting him out, it's a lot more risky. But here we go, quite a long cutscene again, so I will see everyone after the cutscene.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Okay, so Snake got his ass handed to him. He can't even move. He's not looking good, is he? So at the minute he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 injuries. Holy shit. So these are like the minor ones. Oh, it's a deep cut, I suppose. We don't really need anything for medicine. So what we need for a cut is we need disinfectant. Ointment is for burns, I think. We need septic. Okay, that one. Disinfectant, septic, bandage. So this one again is a cut. So this is a bone fracture. A bone fracture. So we need a splint and a bandage. Bone fracture. Okay, so again for this one, and then a cut. So we've got septic, disinfectant, and a bandage, and we are done. Now prepare to be grossed out immensely. Oh no. Oh, that noise. Oh, sounds like he's dropped some bricks. Oh, it's horrible. That goes through me so much. I think he's going to be good.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Is there someone that you can see here? I'm pretty sure there is. Didn't find it though. I think it's the Sorrow.
Shagohod.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
And there we go, there's the intro of the game done, which is pretty long. There's still a little bit more to go in the intro, but that's the first part of it done. I'm not sure whether to leave it there for today or to carry on until at least we land and get this, because although this part of the game is good because the cutscenes are really interesting, playing it isn't really, you know, too much. Oh, here's the theme.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. Fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to use. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
That song is so good. And it's very much like a Bond film. You get the start of a Bond, then you get a theme and sort of credits like that. But what I meant before was that the gameplay isn't boring, but there just isn't much of it at the start, because there's that much story for it to tell you. So yeah, here we go. Second part of the game is coming up. Well, yeah, second part, I would say.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This Fox is still one step ahead of the Hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells?
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The Army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little coaction?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the Boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the two NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. I've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control, unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Now that wasn't quite as smooth as the first mission's landing, but we were fired out of a freaking rocket. We will be getting back to gameplay shortly, hopefully.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square zero. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint, got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How'll I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Whew. Well, hope you took all that information in. So we now have a gun. An actual gun. Now I was adamant that we get injured during that fall. But obviously not. So, I'm sure... Oh no, we don't even have the knockout gun at the minute, do we? Right, we can unequip those, and yeah. Oh no, you know what? We'll unequip the cigar. We don't need the cigar right now. Cool. Right. If we go to camouflage, then we'll have woodland on, and then. Wow, you would think that that would be quite a good one for night, but obviously not. Desert, really? See, I'm going to just say that's where I'm stood right now. Right, we're going to equip the gun. The knife for a bit. There is a snake around here, I think. Some sort of animal. He's in here, look. Ah, here he is, look. So I think we've already eaten this one. Yeah, was fairly tasty. Cool. Right, how do we get to Kodak in this game? I need to see if we... Ah, look, so yeah, we've got everyone. Cool. Right, cool. Let's move out then. Oh, there's actually another snake right below our feet. Where is this other snake? Frog! So we got the frog. There's also some sort of animal down here. Cool. Rip frog. Right, so obviously I thought that it was night and we need to use that, but that's probably the best. Oh no, leaf gives us the highest actually. Okay, cool. I keep pressing triangle to go back. I don't know where I've got that from. Right, cool. So we're gonna probably play for another half an hour or so, and then I'm actually gonna play some online games tonight because I'm back working tomorrow. Not that anyone needs to know that, but yeah, I'm up quite early because I'm working early this week. So right, so we have snake. Just collecting some food just because I know towards the end of the game it can get quite tough with healing stuff, and kind of want to prepare best for there's some sort of animal around me here. Come here, Kermit. Man, I mean, I do feel sorry for these animals. Oh, there's an animal somewhere in here. Kermit again. So let's just go to our food. So this is just the thing I loved about this game, that you can collect all these different animals and herbs. No, that's Resident Evil. Mushrooms. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm on about. And I just thought it was such a cool idea to give you health. That's a horse. Just need to do something on my computer. There it is. Oh shit, look, there's a snake up here as well, which I think may actually hurt us. So that's snake F. Now you can actually, I think you can throw snakes at people. Okay, so we got a cutscene. We got a good 5 minutes of playing about them before a cutscene. Uh-oh. Well, that's where that thing landed.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss.
I'm not your boss anymore. There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Right, I don't know about Snake, but I'm pretty fed up of getting beaten up constantly by the boss. I mean, I quite like it that you are completely like...
Who was that? Who's that?
Oh my god, right, just kill me please.
HQ, respond.
This is HQ.
Control here.
I didn't even spot these enemies. Come on, kill me. Come on, kill me already. Come on, you can't get me. Hey. Now, I didn't plan on dying there, but I'll show you this. Now we've died.
What's going on? Snake! Snake!
So if we leave this menu... Now, because this game is a prequel, look what happens. I'm pretty sure everyone will know this, that's played this game. Snack Paradad? Paradox? Ooh. Time paradox. Because he didn't die. because this has already all happened. So, yeah, before this shit happens again.
What's this? HQ? HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We have evidence of an enemy intruder. Commence alert formation.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
Oh no. I always love the music to this game. I think this is my favourite soundtrack. Turn it up a little bit. So these guys should now be moving, but there's two more coming down the way. Is there any way for us to change the... I want it to not go... I don't think you can. Change camouflage. I don't think there's any better camouflage that we can get right now. I think this is the highest level. I checked before. Oh, we can get the black, which is +5. Oh yeah, so 95% hidden now. Right, so there's a guy going that way. There's also a guy right on our tail. Right, okay, so we're gonna wait for this guy. I might even grab him. Again, I don't really know what is the button is to grab him. We're gonna go for it. Oh well, that kind of went wrong. No!
Radio, get us some backup.
Oh my god. Oh, it's circle CQC. That's what I meant to do. Okay, I'm just gonna run. Mama said knock you out. Right, well, we're just gonna get the hell out of here. Oh great, there's guys ahead as well. That was pretty stupid of me to try and sneak up on that guy. Right, so we're still on alert, so what we're gonna do right now is lay down. Oh shit, they're gonna run up here, aren't they?
I see him.
Oh no. Oh my god, there's someone on the other side of the bloody hill. I think they have no idea where I am right now. That's one of them down. Do we have... I think we have stun grenades, so worst comes to worst, we could always stun a couple. This is not a good start. This is not what I wanted. And I'm pretty sure Snake will feel the same way. Right, now I wonder, can I don't really want to kill people, because it's going to make... Nah, I think we'll be good. If this guy gets up, we can just knock him out again. You know what?
Patrol here. lost sight of the intruder. Going into high alert. Huh?
What's going on? Respond. What's going on out there?
Did we break him? Right, he's gonna come over here. Come on.
What's wrong?
Very good. Alright, now, we're gonna have to be very careful on this bridge. Is there any sort of camouflage that would help us right now? That's probably the best that we've got. Am I right? Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. I think it's probably best if we lay down and crawl. Yeah, this is going to be the best. Well, we've got to remember, unknown, that Snake is he's learning still. Or should I say, I'm learning still. I've played this game before, but I'm not doing too well. Right. Okay, come on, Snake. Use the force.
Who's that?
No. Okay, we gotta wait for this guy to get back up. Oh, did we kill him? Oh, no heartbeat on him. Okay. Well, what a punch! I'm gonna call Snake now the One Punch Man. That was some punch there. Alright, so we got the first collectible uniform, which is Raindrop, which gives us absolutely no help right now. Ooh, actually this gives us higher. Is that what we're wearing? Snake from now on will be sneaking, don't worry. Yeah, that was a good knife shot, that. That was in the face. Now, is there any animals here that we could maybe quickly grab? Could grab one of these mushrooms. Right, we'll eat a mushroom, you know. It's just what you want to do after you've had a fight. Cool. Doom, 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 doom. Have you been watching, have you? Oh, you've not. Right, is there any more items behind here? Oh, there's one there, smoke grenade. We really need stun grenades. Yeah, man. Don't know, this might be a box. Oh, we've got a cardboard box. Can we actually open these? No, I don't think we can. Cool. I didn't know he was. Oh yeah, he did say last night that he'd not done his raid. Right, we don't need a directional microphone. We'll take the stun grenade. Don't even need the AK at the minute, but we'll take it. Oh really? That's sweet. Didn't know anyone had even liked it. That's cool. So the mine detector, does it work differently in this game? Oh no, I bet it just goes off as you get nearer mine. I quite like that. Right, is there anything below here again? Because no, there's just going to be rats. Just have another look around. Get the bug juice. I actually don't know what bug juice does, but I'm guessing it's just food. Oh, we got another mask. Oh well, face paint. Zombie. That's pretty cool. We're learning. We're getting there. How do I climb over things? I don't think you can actually climb over things in this game. No, I don't think you can. Oh shit, what's this thing here? There's some sort of like frog. What the hell's that? Do I really want to waste an ammo on this thing? What the hell? Don't. Oh no, what does it do? Oh, it alerts. Does it alert frogs? Oh. Oh no, or does it like alert the ocelot units maybe?
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me! Trapped.
Get down! There is your answer. The name's Eva.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgin is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were?
Yes.
Why?
Because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American-made.
.45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then?
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from the rear. First, you'll need to head north through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more. You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down. What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Oh. No idea why she decides to get her breasts out though. It's cause Kojima.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry! Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand. We can use this to get to the basement. Damn it! Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go dying on me now.
Right. So what should we wear for this fight? I'm gonna go with some tree bark. think I've got the wrong thingy on. Oh. Oh, is he above? I think he's above. Oh, sugar. Okay, that's not good. Let's so we've got burn. Ointment and bandage. That should take care of that. Let's see if there's one. Oh no.
Cover!
Come on. Fuck out. Okay. Oh no, he got me. I'm trying to grab him. I want to get his gun off him. There we go. You can just do it this way. That's how I love playing the game. You just grab people instead. You have to be careful doing it this way though, because two enemies about. There's one up here. I think the only way for it to get to him is to go around. The easy thing about this game though, you don't even have to worry about your health because it just goes back up on itself. Who just spawned? You what, man? Yeah, that's the one I'm for. Okay, we got this guy. Yeah, the bottom bar is your... Who the hell just threw that? Someone just threw something at me and it came real close to killing me. Yeah, you eat food and you get your stamina up on this. Right, okay, we've got to go back down. But on this, as long as you've got over half stamina, I think, you'll still regain your health back. And to be honest, you have a lot of health in this game. Right, I think we're just going to put all these guys to sleep. I don't know where this last guy was. Oh, he's over here. Oh look, here he is. Here he is, thinking he's a little legend. And there we are.
I see him.
Really? And he's dead. All the enemies are done. Right. We have a gunshot wound. So we need to get a knife. Bleeding. We need the... need to disinfect. And then bandage. Cool. I'm pretty sure we don't find Ocelot again here. Where's map? Okay, so where's our objective? Oh no, we actually can't get out yet. Anywhere we need to go to? Oh no, we need to go through the back, don't we? I'm being an idiot. Down this way. That's it.
I've been waiting for this moment. That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me. Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Got the video of him eating.
That's tasty.
Saving the game, Snake?
Right, and I think I'm going to leave it there for today. So